We are introducing to you a technology that have a major impact on the way of production and life in modern society, petroleum extraction technology. Oil was discovered around the 5th century, but could not be used efficiently until the modern petroleum industry was established. Since the improvement of oil drilling technology in 1859, the founding of Standard Oil by Rockefeller in 1870, and the establishment of OPEC in 1960, the petroleum has become an indispensable factor of the modern society and leaves a significant on the pulse of the global economics and politics. There are four mainstays in oil extraction. The first is oil exploration. Professional detectors use field seismograph to receive seismic waves by artificially exciting seismic waves, then analyze and map the geological structure to determine the distribution of oil. Secondly, hundreds of wells are drilled for various purposes, such as production wells, observation wells, and control wells. Drilling often accounts for more than 15% of the total investments. Thirdly, oil can be ejected by the energy of the formation. Also, people can use artificially supplement energy, such as oil pumps and gas lifts, to pump out the oil. Finally, the collected oil and gas are separated, measured, and stored. In this way, we have crude oil. As a fossil energy, petroleum has many irreplaceable characteristics. First, oil is liquid, which makes it easy to store and carry, especially in pipeline. Second, gasoline burns very efficiently and produces very little waste residue. Most importantly, oil has a high combustion value and energy density. Oil can provide sufficient power for internal combustion engines, which is important for high-speed vehicles, such as airplanes. Gasoline can provide more than twice the energy of the same weight of coal. Crude oil, once extracted, is distilled in a refinery to separate the hydrocarbons as needed. The lighter molecules evaporate to the top of the distillation current, where the temperature is around 20 degrees Celsius. Liquefied petroleum gases are heavy and used, among other things, in lighters and in kitchens. Between 13 and 105 degrees Celsius, gasoline for cars is produced. Between 105 and 116 degrees Celsius, naphtha is created, used in petrochemicals in order to create plastics, synthetic textures, drugs, and cosmetics. Between 116 and 213 degrees Celsius, kerosene is obtained for aviation. Between 213 and 425 degrees Celsius, diesel is created for cars and heating oil for domestic purpose. Finally, the zinc high sulfur residue is heated to above 415 degrees Celsius to form heavy fuel oil used by ships and to obtain bitumen used for road construction and roughing. The modern petroleum goes hand in hand with the global economics. The petroleum price will directly influence the global capital market. Many financial products are related to oil, so the lowering of oil price have a big impact on global finance. In 2020, due to the breakdown of the OPEC Plus production agreement, Saudi Arabia announced that it will increase oil production and sell it at a sharp price cut. This will trigger an increase in the international crude oil market. Very soon, the international oil price plummeted to $13 per barrel. The global crude oil futures moved on the news, and the price dropped by 13%, which triggered a trade effect in the global capital market. As a strategic resource, oil is destined to have a close relationship with politics. The oil embargo has been used as a sanction on several occasions, such as against the regime in South Africa and Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe. The sanction imposed on Iraq after its invasion of Kuwait in 1990, and the sanction unilaterally imposed by the United States on countries it considered rogue states, including Cuba, Iran, North Korea, etc. Oil embargoes as a means of political pressure have had serious consequences for the society and economy of the sanctioned countries, and the political turmoil and region overthrow in Iraq, Egypt, Libya, and other countries are also the consequence of the oil embargoes adopted by certain powerful countries. The Chilean Civil War, which erupted in 2011, more or less reveals the close connection between the competition for oil resources and war. According to media reports, in late August 2018, a senior United States delegate secretly visited the Chilean capital Damascus in June 2018 to negotiate the terms of United States withdrawal from the Chilean Civil War, one of which was to grant United States companies access to oil exploration rights in eastern Chile. People start realizing the climate change caused by the broad utilization of petroleum and come up with a solution that invents new technologies for alternative energies, which are expecting to replace oil and its technical companions. Technical improvements have made some breaking progress, while the social factors impact the substitution more. The petroleum industry's influence has lasted for 100 years, especially in developed countries. So, to complete the drastic reductions of oil utilization, economic costs and policy adjustments will be huge and long-term. It requires the consensus of social leaders and citizens as well as their concerted efforts. For the developing countries, they are consuming a large amount of energy to achieve a fast developing rate, so asking them to go through a green path means a loan to climate issues. However, it is not easy to accomplish without developed countries' support and will compromise the developing countries' development speed. Until now, it is not practical to get up drilling oil and use it, so perhaps continue improve technologies of it could be a feasible choice.